What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to do the highly requested video for the rest of my Funko Pops. I'll be going over all the Funko Pops that are not Star Wars related, but if you just want to see my Star Wars Funko Pops, there is a video of me covering just that. So make sure to check that video out. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So we're going to start off this video with the Caped Crusader Batman. Now this is, I believe, the 80th year anniversary Batman. It's super detailed, super awesome, and Batman is one of my favorite characters of all time, so obviously I have to have him in my collection. And what would Batman be without his counterpart, the Joker? Now this is actually the Joker from the Dark Knight films. Heath Ledger, rest in peace. I absolutely love the Joker, definitely my favorite villain ever, and he's holding his Joker card. Now we have Trevor Belmont of House Belmont. If you do not know who Trevor Belmont is, he is from the anime Castlevania. He's a super awesome character. I love him. He's also voiced by Thorin Oakenshield from The Hobbits. Absolutely love this character. Next we have his beloved female counterpart, Cypher. Now she's basically in Castlevania the Avatar. She can use fire, ice, and even air. Super cool character. Now one of my favorite movies of all time is Ready Player One, and this is the main character, Parzival. Now Parzival is an awesome looking character. Absolutely love the movie, of course, probably my second favorite movie of all time. So I absolutely had to have him. And what would a Funko Pop collection be without the world's best boss, Michael Scott? Now Michael Scott is an iconic character from the best show of all time, The Office. It's not my favorite show of all time, but it's definitely up there in the top 3. So I had to have him in my collection. And who would Michael Scott be without his counterpart, Dwight K. Schrute, Beat Farmer, Karate Genius, and Paper Salesman of the Year? Now, unfortunately, Captain America is the only Marvel Funko I have. Marvel Funko Pops are actually what I'm planning to work on in 2021, and hopefully Captain America can have some friends in the future. Now for the rest of this video, there's going to be some Funko Pops who cannot stand on their own because of their big giant heads, and I'm going to have something behind it holding them up, so apologies for the quality of that. Anyways, here we have the Fire Lord Zuko, or Prince Zuko, whatever you will like to call this character, but he's from the Avatar, The Last Airbender. Now Zuko is definitely my favorite character from Avatar, and I absolutely love his story, and obviously he looks super cool, you know, wielding fire here. Next we have Katara. Now, Katara is from the Water Tribes, and she is a water bender. Also a blood bender, which is super cool. But Katara is an iconic character from the show, and also in Korra. Now I have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Aang. Aang is the last airbender and also the Avatar. And he's such a great character, and he's also on his airball, spinning around, super, super cool. And yeah, the detail on this is awesome. Who would Aang be without his trusty steed, Appa? Now, if you have not seen the Avatar, The Last Airbender, airbenders fly flying bisons. And Appa has been with him from the beginning, and it's super, super cool. Now, this is arguably a lot of people's favorite characters, and growing up, Sokka was definitely one of mine. His comedic genius and his comedic timing is undisputed in the show of The Avatar. Now, I absolutely love his character Sokka, and his arc by the beginning and the end is amazing. So I obviously have to have him in my collection. Now, to finish off the collection of Avatar characters, we have Uncle Iroh, the mentor of Lord Zuko. Now, Uncle Iroh is an iconic character, and he also teaches some awesome things to Zuko. It was basically a father to him. I love this character, and I love this show. Now, this is actually Two-Face from Batman Forever, I believe. This is where Jim Carrey played the Riddler, you know, those awesome movies. This was a present from my sister, and I absolutely love this Funko Pop because it looks amazing. Now, I have 2 iconic characters from Stranger Things, and one is Hopper. Hopper is definitely my favorite character from Stranger Things, and I absolutely love his story so far, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next season of Stranger Things. And the second Funko Pop I have for Stranger Things is Billy. Now, Billy, rest in peace, your soul, is an awesome character. I love him. He's kind of reminds me a lot about the 80s and gives me that nostalgia, so I actually love this character. Now, when I was a young lad, I enjoyed and loved Game of Thrones. Now, unfortunately, Season 8 soured my taste for Game of Thrones, but I do have a large collection of Game of Thrones Funkos. So here is Daenerys Targaryen on top of Drogon. I remember really loving this Funko Pop. I still do, but I'm just disappointed and reminded every time I look at it. Now I also have the Night King on top of Viserion from Season 7 of Game of Thrones. I actually really liked this character until Season 8. Unfortunately, he was used terribly in the last season of Game of Thrones, but what can you do? Next, we have the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Tyrion Lannister. All I'm going to say is I drink and I know things. Next, we have Sir Davos Seaworth. I think his character was through and through a good character from beginning and end, and his character wasn't diluted from the last season. Next, we have Wanwan, I believe, the last of the giants. Now, this character, I can say, is an amazing character because he went out like a badass in a G. He went out in the Battle of the Bastards. Ramsay Bolton killed him, unfortunately, but he did every giant and their ancestors proud. Next, we have Jon Snow. Now, I'm very disappointed how they did my boy Jon. Jon is such a great character, was such a great character, an honorable man, man after his own dad. Ned Stark. Yes, I said Ned Stark, not some Targaryen. He was a Stark through and through. Now, last but not least, we have the honorable Ned Stark. Now, Ned Stark, I can say, is a perfect character through and through, even though his death in the end didn't really mean much or anything at all, but such a great character. Now we are going into the Lord of the Rings universe. And who else to start than Sean Bean, the guy who played Ned Stark, the last Funko Pop I showed you. Now Boromir is holding the Horn of Gondor. He's also got a 6 sword, and he's got locks of hair and a Van Dyke to die for. Next we have the iconic, the Bowmaster, Legolas. This is Legolas of the Woodland Realm, an awesome elf and an awesome character played by Orlando Bloom. I love this Funko and I look at him almost every single day. Next we have a dwarf with a glorious beard and a glorious helmet and 2 axes who will not be thrown. That was a joke from the 2 Towers, but now we have Son of Gloin, Gimli. Gimli is an iconic character and probably my favorite out of the Fellowship, but look at him. He's amazing. Next, we have the last descendant of Isildur, the kings of men, Eragon. Now, Eragon is, in fact, my favorite character of the Fellowship, the leader of the men of the West. I bid you stand. Oh, love this character. I also like his name, Strider, the Dunedain. Next, we have the White Hand, Saruman. Now, Saruman is holding his Palantir and his wizard stuff. This evildoer is iconic, and he's also looking badass in his robe. Now, lastly, we have the wizard who eventually led the men of the West to victory against all evil in Middle-earth. His name was once Gandalf the Grey, but then he turned into Gandalf the White, which I will get that Funko later, and more Lord of the Rings Funkos later on. Preferably some Rohirrim, maybe Theoden King. Maybe Aramir. That's all my Funko Pops, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed. Other than that, guys, may the Force be with you always.